getting cheated on. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que mi gente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all are passport ready, a passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for you living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about your biggest fear in a long distance relationship. I know men don't like to be told that they fear something, but the only reason I'm using it here is because there's nothing to fear. Your biggest fear is her being unfaithful, getting cheated on. Let's state the obvious so we can get the kindergarten conversation out of the way. You can get cheated on whether she's across the water or across the street. Is that a fact? That's a fact. And this conversation isn't for the angry pill poppers that's always complaining that women will do everything to them but the good stuff. So, do you live in perpetual fear of your local girlfriend cheating on you? Or if you had one, would you live in perpetual fear of her cheating on you?
Nope.
Why not? But she could though, right?
Yep.
We're going to be honest. A long distance relationship creates an easier opportunity to act on the temptation to cheat. You can't verify what she's doing every minute or every hour of the day and night. She can say goodnight and head right over to a guy's house. She can go at lunch at work, right? We know this. She can cheat. Any woman can cheat. So let's unpack this in 3 stages. The first stage. Some of you, a lot of you, are worried about women cheating on you that you don't even have yet. You're literally living in fear of a woman you don't have, of what she's going to do. That's embarrassing for so many men to be like that. Why? Because it used to be the women that were the ones worried about if he really likes me. Am I the only one? It's the living in fear part. In the hood, they say a scared man can't win. When it comes to relationship these days, the internet got you thinking things through instead of seeing things through. What that means is you thinking everything through from beginning to end, but never experiencing it for yourself. You're taking other people's experiences and living it out in your mind. Like, yeah, we hate them. We can't trust them. They're no good. You haven't even tried it yourself enough times to gain experience. You have nothing under your belt but watch time hours, screen time, but you got a ton of information. Information doesn't make you a better man. And sometimes these days, you don't even need to be a better man. You're good enough for now. You need to focus on being a stronger man. And I don't mean physically. So all this doing squats in front of the camera with your shirts off, y'all need to stop that. Do you think hearing information online or reading information makes you a better or stronger man, including hearing it from me right now? No. Why not? It's action that makes you a better man. Repetition that makes you a better man. Experience makes you a better man. Putting the info to the test. Because if it works, you became better and or stronger. And if it didn't, you became wiser and stronger. The Bible even says, faith without works is dead. You can have all this info up here. It doesn't mean anything if you haven't gone outside and tested any of it by putting it to work. Think about working out. You ask a guy's routine who appears to have the results you want. Does just knowing the routine make you stronger? You got to put in the work, repetition to get the results or to even know if you'll get the results. A lot of you have had fear poured into you disguised as knowledge, and now you've been paralyzed by it. This is what I mean by worried about a woman you don't even have yet. And this is also why I said sometimes you just need to be a stronger man, not necessarily a better man. You worry too much and too often about a woman doing something to you. The pill poppers taught you that, taught you how to be the master thinker of everything she's going to do to you while sitting on the sideline. Learn the game, not even in the game. Scared to get in the game. Let her do the worrying. What can she do to you? Nothing. But you're scared she's going to hurt your feelings. You're scared she's going to disappoint you. You're scared she's going to play you. The thing is, in order to learn women, learn yourself, and learn yourself with women, you got to be involved with women. But instead, you're single by choice. So that was the first phase. You're spending time making sure you don't get cheated on by a woman that doesn't even exist yet. That's got to be hard. Phase 2. You found one and it's on. It's a relationship. Let's put being in a worried state of mind about her cheating on you to the side and let's walk through this phase. It's on because she's beautiful. The vibe is right. And getting to know each other is exciting because you're finding out more and more that she's a fit for what you want in your life. This is the tricky part because you're in your feelings. Is she in her feelings too? For the sake of this convo, let's say she is. You're into her, she's into you, you dig each other. Now, she wasn't just born when you met her. She just met you and it's going well, but the truth is you met her because she was single. She was a single woman, which means there were men hovering. If she's as beautiful and vibes as hard as you think she does, there were and are other men hovering around that think the same thing. Is there something weird or nefarious about that? She was a single woman, and the reality is she still is. You met her, and now you're in the lead. There may be a couple of guys that aren't as interesting to her anymore because of you. Sucks to be those guys, right? Sucks even worse when you are those guys. But as you're getting to know her, she's also still getting to know you. Getting to know you includes succeeding and separating who you are from the reputation that we have in whatever country she's in. We'll leave that for another topic in another video. This phase may go on for months or longer since you're long distance. But she can't cheat on you, just like you can't cheat on her. Why? Because you guys are establishing a relationship, but you're not in a committed relationship yet. You are at the respecting one another stage, though. You shouldn't be exposed to anyone interested in her, but you both should be mature enough to understand that you're not in a committed relationship yet. And she should know that if you get wind of anyone else still hovering around, that she could lose you. But you're still getting to know each other, and forcing it at this phase is asking for problems. Why? Because one, you're still in your emotions, and nothing solid is built on emotions. And number two, an LDR moves at a much slower pace than a regular relationship. You want the relationship to unfold slowly and things to begin to happen organically at this phase. What do I mean by you want things to begin to happen organically? Meaning, you want her to cut off the other guys that may be hovering around because she's no longer interested and caught up in you. Not because you had to press her. Pressuring her is pressuring her to lie. You're not there yet. A LDR is a marathon, not a sprint. You want her to eventually stop going out like she used to, not because you're pressing her, but because she's not interested in going out like that anymore. In other words, you should see her single woman lifestyle begin to phase out, not because you're pressing her, but because she wants something more with you. This is all vetting her character as well. She may test the boundaries, and you got to speak up. But that's another topic for another video. Also, she may be pressuring you to get in the committed phase. That's fine. If she's a good girl like you think she is, she's supposed to want that. But you control the pace. Be the solid stand-up man that you are and let it unfold slowly. What's the rush? This phase can last a few months, a year, couple years, depending on how fast of a start you have, how much you visit her, how things progress. In an LDR, a lot of real life happens with you two being physically separated, and it can cause time to speed up or it can cause time to slow down. And I don't mean scandalous things happening. I mean, you could get sick, a family member could pass away, you could lose your job, the world could shut down and no flights. But as I said, you can't be cheated on, and you can't cheat on her in this phase, but you can be disrespected on how she handles things or vice versa. And you can talk yourself into being positioned to be cheated on by rushing out of this phase prematurely. Phase 3, the committed relationship phase. Like I was saying, a lot of the lifestyle changes that make it a committed relationship should have already happened by now. I mean, why would this even matter if either one of you are still attracted to the single lifestyle? Why are we even here? You've been vetting her the whole time. You know her personality fairly well. You've been visiting her and you've grown closer. You're talking future plans and possibilities. You video chat every day. You know her work schedule. She doesn't hang out like a single chick. Can she cheat? Anybody anywhere can cheat. Does that mean she will? She's had plenty of time to see other men without it being considered cheating. She's had plenty of time to lose interest in other men. She's had plenty of time to lose interest in you, but you've shown her that you that guy, and you know that she knows it. So why should she? Temptation? Yeah, temptation's a good one. You're a long way away. but she has to be available to be tempted. She has to reach a point of willingness to act on it. If she acts on it, she already cheated in her heart. It's a whole process that has to happen. She convinced herself or allowed another man to convince her that it's worth it. But remember, throughout these phases, you're not deaf, dumb, and blind with no instincts. Always stand strong and confident in the man that you are and your abilities. You always gauge the relationship you're in, and you know if things are right and you know if things are wrong. You also know that vetting is still at play. You're vetting her to find confidence in your choice in her. You're vetting her to eventually not have to sleep with one eye open. Be a light sleeper though. But your confidence remains in yourself and your choices. You don't have to be worried that she'll fall short because you trust in yourself to make the right decisions whether she does or she doesn't. You get to a point that you're living on probability, not possibility. It's possible, but is it probable? If it lands in your yard, then you deal with it. Are your feelings hurt if someone comes in your yard? No, you deal with it. But back to the fear of cheating in the LDR at the committed phase. A long distance relationship can feel like it's not going anywhere if you're not keeping it alive and hopeful. What do I mean by that? You need to make sure you guys are always working towards something together, that there's something on the horizon. The distance in your relationship has become normalized by now, but the pressure of it on her end is real. Her friends and family speak to her and look at her in doubtful ways and talk to each other negatively about the relationship when you're not there. So you need to make sure you're building her up with the relationship goals. You are leading her. Is she going to cheat on you? Why should she? And if she does, whose loss is that? You're vetting the whole time. You know her well by now. You know if she disappears. You know if she acts strange. You know if she pops up with excuses that don't make sense. You know if she's creating the drama distraction. As the man, this is why you're leading the relationship. When you're leading, you're going where you're going regardless to whether she falls off or not. But this is why it's a red flag when she's not following your lead. When a woman falls off, it's a fact that she wasn't following your lead in the first place. She's following another man or another idea. So when you're having problems with her following, it's an easy fix. Adjust the future. You don't plan on worst case scenarios. You address problems when they arise. Then keep it moving. There's no getting around that a good relationship has to be built. And a good relationship can only be built with good material. And that fact doesn't change whether it's long distance or local. Love, purpose, and passports. Peace.